He collapsed in my arms crying, and he said, I think I just got kicked out.
16 and homeless.
My son and I have always had some conflict.
And she said, if you want him, you can have him.
Now, it's 1 year later.
You believe his mother should be contributing to his support?
Yes.
She should have sent him home then.
Who's responsible for the cost of supporting this teen?
Did you pay child support?
No.
Judge Judy.
You should bless her and not be standing over there. Your old son, he is 17 now,
Yes, ma'am.
has been living with you for the last 15 months.
Yes, ma'am.
And you believe his mother should be contributing to his support.
Yes.
His mother says he should get a job or something. So tell me how it came about that Mrs. Meister's son came to live with you.
Okay, Your Honor, in February of 2001, I was coming home with my children in the van, and I saw this young guy walking on my street in the dark, and I stopped the van. And I said, that's Steve, and he came in, and I said, are you okay? And he said, I think I just got kicked out. And I said, oh, you want to come home with me and talk about it? And he said, yeah. And we went to my house, and he showed me some marks that a belt had made on him. And he collapsed in my arms crying. And I have 4 sons of my own. And he was friends with one of my sons.
Is that how you know him?
Yeah, he was one of my son's best friends.
Okay.
So he came to my house, and I said, we need to make sure your mom knows you're okay today, that you're safe tonight. So we called her to make sure she knew. And
Who called her?
I had Steve call his mother from my house to let her know that he was safe that night. And then he went to, I got my kids together, and I said, Steve needs a place to live. Yeah, I'm your mommy, this is your home. Would you like to let him live here? And they all said, oh, yeah, he's like a brother. My youngest gave him his room.
What did his mother say when you called and said he's here? Did you speak to her personally?
No, just she wanted to know where he was, and he didn't want to tell her at the time because he didn't want her to come after him because he felt she was still angry with him. They had just had a discussion at home.
Oh, well, it sounded like more than a discussion.
So then I called a Christian counselor from my church, and I called his basketball coach, and I called his guidance counselor, and I talked to all of them, and they suggested that I go and have him go to this, it's like a cooling off place, halfway house kind of thing. So he went there. And
For how long?
A couple of days, if I remember correctly, and he said it wasn't good. He wanted to come back home, so he came back to us. And so then he said, can I stay here? And I said, it's fine with me. So Linda and I talked on the phone several times.
Did you call her?
Well, she knew because we saw each other at school.
Okay.
I had conversations with her all the time to let her know, what was going on and all like that. He didn't wish to call her. It seemed every time they talked on the phone that one ended up hanging up on the other. Steve had a bad life. I mean, this may be irrelevant, but I felt so for him because I love my kids more than anything in the world. And he's like one of my babies. He had grown up really bad. He wasn't with his mom. And then when he finally came to her, all this happened, and
Where had your son been when he was growing up?
He lived mostly with his father.
Until he was how old?
I believe when they came back to live with me, he was 15.
All right. So I'm going to stop you there. He has been with you now constantly for about 15 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever take any legal steps to keep him in your home?
When Steve came to me, I was a recovering breast cancer patient for only a couple of months, and I wasn't really able to do anything that required a lot of energy and effort. But I did talk with Linda on the phone, and she said, I can't handle Steve. You have 4 sons. You obviously know how to deal with boys. If you want him, you can have him. She gave me a paper notarized.
Can I see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you show this to the defendant, please?
Yes, thank you.
All right, so now we have an agreement, and it is dated a month after he came to live with the plaintiff, and you give permission to Mrs. LeBlanc to make all medical decisions with regard to your son and his educational needs.
Correct.
You do indicate that whilst he is physically residing with her, his home of record shall be yours.
Correct.
Why is that?
Because I never looked at this as a permanent situation. This was only to be a temporary situation. In my opinion, it would blow over within a matter of weeks that he would come home.
But he didn't.
but he didn't, no.
What steps did you take to have him returned to you?
I did make police reports reporting him as a runaway, which they said was not against the law. I could report him as a missing person, which I didn't.
When did you make a report that he was a runaway?
Twice, once in November and once in February.
Did you go to court to have him returned to you?
No, I did not. I did not go to court.
Oh,
Did you have become the legal guardian for him?
no, ma'am. I called the court.
No, the answer
I'm
is you
sorry.
didn't.
No, ma'am.
The answer is you didn't. So this is this loose arrangement based upon this consent form.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you believe that Mrs. Meister should pay minimally $200 a month for his care.
$7 a day.
Well, I understand what it is.
Yeah.
I understand what it is, and I'd like to know your position, Mrs. Meister.
I do not feel that I owe the money or that I should pay for the money. First of all, we're not talking about a 10-year-old that ran away from home. We're talking about a 16, almost 17 years old at the time. The reason he ran away is because he was grounded at the time, and he wasn't happy with the rules. My son and I have always had some conflict. However, he was well cared for. He didn't want for anything. I gave him 4 different options, 5 actually, to this situation. Number 1 was to come home. Number 2 was to return to a Christian boarding school that he was in for 2 years. Number 3 was to live with my brother and his wife, who had offered. 4 was to live with his grandmother, who had offered. And 5 was returned home to his father, which he did not want to do, and I personally did not want him to do. I told him and Mrs. LeBlanc both that I was not paying and that it was up to them to decide what to do from there.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You shouldn't even be here. You should be grateful for her and say thank you in your prayers every night to somebody who has taken your 17-year-old son and clearly done a better job with him over the year and a half that he's been in her custody than you and his father could do in all the time you had him.
And later today,
So why are you suing them for $1,100?
She tricked me. It was not good
Think of things to
customer
worry
service.
about. Don't you have a
This
life?
is my home.
Don't
Would
you have a life?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gail LeBlanc says when Linda Meister's son, 17-year-old Steve Gwynn, ran away from home, she took him in. Gail wants Linda to pay for 15 months of child support.
Do you get copies of your son's report card?
No.
You do.
Yes, ma'am.
In the 15 months that he's been living with you, can you tell me how he's been doing in school?
His grades have gone up and up. He just graduated with honors. And when he came to me, he was doing pretty badly in school. He said he had never had help with homework, and I do that
So he
kind of
graduated
thing.
from high school.
Yes.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I have a copy of his previous report card just prior to him running away from home, and it shows that his grades were not bad.
I'll take a look at his report card. In English, his first term was a B, and it went down to a D. In American history, he had an A, and he went down to a B. In chemistry, he went from a B to a C, and now he's graduated with honors. So whatever is happening in Miss LeBlanc's house, it's clearly positive. And if you were a concerned parent, I assume you would have gone to school and found out that whatever is going on there is positive. So why would you want to send him to his uncle or to his grandmother or back to his father?
Because I wanted him to be with family,
Evidently, that was a misjudgment on your part.
possibly.
Then
Unfortunately,
you
they
have to
don't
pay
come.
the money, madam. It is not her responsibility to take care of your child.
I agree.
That's absolutely right. And if you wanted him back, there are courts where you could go to say, I want my child home with me. Then it would be left up to a family court judge to determine whether or not you were an appropriate caretaker. You chose not to do that. You chose to let the situation progress for 15 months and to wash your hands of the responsibility financially. Well, you can't do that.
Your
When
Honor,
your child was with his father, did you pay child support?
I sent money.
Did you pay regular child support? for
No,
the-
I was not ordered to pay child support.
You don't have to be ordered. Nobody has to order you to pay child support. You pay child support because you have a
I sent
child.
money for other things, Your Honor, to help with clothing, to help with anything
When he
needed.
came to you, did his father pay child support?
No.
Did you ever take him to court for child support?
We had, actually his father is the one who has custody of him.
What was the agreement? That his father wouldn't pay any child support for a 14-year-old?
When he came to live with me, I removed them from the home.
Yes.
His father never pursued getting him back. His father has not spoken to me or to the children since I removed them from the home.
So what? That doesn't prevent you from going to court and getting child support from his father for the time he was living with you?
No, it doesn't.
Well, you chose not to do that. Maybe you chose not to do that because for the 9 years he lived with his father never pursued support for him from you. That doesn't prevent her. And she would be crazy to take away money from her own family, from her own children, to support your child who you couldn't deal with.
Then she should have sent him home.
What?
She should have sent him home then. I don't understand why she didn't send him home.
Very easily, madam, because you could not control the situation. And I'm not saying you couldn't control him. You could not control a situation. She's suing for the past 15 months. She's suing for a minimal amount of money, $3,000, $200 a month, $7 a day. Ridiculous. You can't feed a medium-sized dog for $7 a day. You shouldn't even be here. You should be grateful for her and say thank you in your prayers every night to somebody who has taken your 17-year-old son and clearly done a better job with him over the year and a half that he's been in her custody than you and his father could do in all the time you had him. So you should bless her and not be standing over there. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all.
All right, you guys, excused. You may step out.
I felt he needed guidance and he needed a lot of love.
If she would have just sent my son home instead of believing every word that came out of his mouth, this whole thing would have blown over.
He's an excellent kid. He's a good kid.
I believe he told a lot of lies to get where he's at.
I wouldn't mind starting another relationship with her, building up on maybe living with her again.
I love my son and I want him happy.
Just giving birth does not, sometimes in some people, cause a maternal instinct. A family is love.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Grandin versus Baldwin. Step forward, please.
23-year-old student Tara Grandin is suing cleaning service owner Sherry Baldwin for breach of contract and negligence.
Miss Grandin, you hired the defendant's cleaning service to clean your home.
Yes.
And it is your claim that they were guilty of negligence, that they took some of your property, that is cleaning materials, and that they breached their contract, which is, I gather, the major part of your lawsuit, because you're suing them for $1,100. Is that right?
Yes.
Is this the first time you used their service?
Yes.
Okay. How did you find their service?
The Yellow Pages?
And I assume you have the ad from the Yellow Pages?
Yes, I do.
You want to show that to me, please? Because that's part of your, I assume that that's your breach of contract. Is that right?
Yes. I also have their webpage with their agreements.
Okay. Let me take a look at that. When did you hire them?
On Valentine's Day of this year,
And how large is your home?
I have a 2-story townhome,
What was the cost of cleaning it?
$50.
And how many people came?
2.
All right, so tell me what happened when they got there and what your problem is.
I explained to them what areas were designated as cleaning areas. They did not comply with that agreement by trespassing and using my private phone line to make a long-distance phone call without my permission.
And where did they call?
Compton.
And how much was that call?
It was only 7 cents.
7 cents?
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tara Grandin says cleaning service owner Sherry Baldwin owes for breach of contract and negligence. Tara says Sherry's workers damaged her belongings and used her telephone without permission.
What else?
They damaged my personal property.
Tell me about that, please.
This is my lighthouse candle holder. When they got there, I explained to them the items that were fragile and they needed to be careful with. I wanted this dusted. Well, after they left, I see that this is what dropped, and she had cleverly put it back together and just set it back as it was. And there's a bird right here. Well, there was also a bird right here, and that bird's gone. I can't find it anywhere.
And how much did you pay for that?
$50.
Do you have a bill?
Yes.
Can I see it, please?
There's also a fax receipt stapled to that because I did fax her the bill, and it says the transmission was okay, but she denied ever receiving my 2 faxes.
Can I see that, please, Bert? Thank you. While I'm looking at that thing, tell me what your other problems were with them.
They did bring their own cleaning supplies, but they used mine without my consent. And
What did
then
they use?
They used my bleach and they used my Tilex.
So why are you suing them for $1,100?
She never returned my phone calls. She denied my original refund, as all I asked for was $50 for the candle holder. I didn't ask her for the money back for the cleaning. She said she'd give it to me. It never came in the mail. I contacted her a month later. She would not return my phone calls. I called her 10 times. She tricked me. It was not good customer
things to worry
service.
about. Don't you have a life?
This is my home.
Don't you have a life?
Would you want these people doing this in your home?
I have had people taking care of things in my home, and sometimes things have gotten broken or things have gotten chipped, and I haven't been thoroughly satisfied, so I don't use the service again.
I won't use them again.
Fine.
Your Honor, and
I'm asking you if you have a life. I mean, your lawsuit is for $1,100. I just put this together with a little tiny spot of crazy glue. I cannot even see where this is damaged. We're not talking about a piece of vintage china.
The principal...
We're talking... Don't talk to me about principle, madam. I'm asking you if you have a life. A
yes,
life.
I do, and I don't want this to happen to anyone else, and she should have told me that she broke it. She didn't.
So she didn't tell you she broke it. She was afraid to tell you. She was afraid to tell you she broke it. She did not break a piece of museum-quality china. She broke a tchotchke that you got in a store someplace
I didn't get
for
it in the store.
$39.95. Listen to me, Bird. I'm asking you, and I want you to be honest with me, because you know my eyes are not so good. How's that look to you?
It looks fine. I can't even see where you put the piece back.
Why would somebody not take a little bit of super glue, put it back if they love the candle holder, and say, maybe I can see a little bit of a line. Maybe when this lady gets older and she has lines of her own, the little line like this wouldn't make any difference to her.
That's character.
All right. Are you the lady who dropped this?
I didn't drop it.
Did the other lady drop it?
I'm not sure because I couldn't even communicate with her
Why?
because she was Spanish speaking only.
And it does state that they have English-speaking staff. I couldn't even give her directions as to what to do. She didn't know what I was saying.
Is that worth $1,100?
Your Honor, punitive damages should be awarded to punish the defendant for her wrongdoing, to show her that this shouldn't be done to anyone again.
You have to get a life. You have to get something important to worry about. You have to get something in your life that's important to consume your passion. This is nonsense.
It was a gift from someone who is now deceased, so it is important to me.
Listen to me. Fix it. If it's important to you, take a little bit of super glue that will cost you approximately less than the 7-cent phone call that you're kvetching about, and put a little super glue on it, and voila, it's fixed. You're going to get $50 for the cleaning service because satisfaction is guaranteed. And since you are really entitled to a 100% pure, perfect Lighthouse tchotchke, you're going to get $50 for that. That's a total of $100. And my advice to you, you are a young woman. Find something to do to occupy your time. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I have a perfect record from the Better Business Bureau. I have not had a complaint in 3 years.
She does have a complaint at the Better Business Bureau, and that's me, and I will never use her service again.
My word is everything. We service all of Southern California. We have a very good business with a lot of happy people.
I'm going to clean my own house.
She had jewelry, she had her clothing.
Her family robbed her.
The house had been ransacked.
She originally lied to the police?
Yes.
So why would I believe anything she says?
Her ex-boyfriend tried to kill her.
By pouring lighter fluid on you and setting you on fire.
Now this battered woman
He was in jail for 3 weeks.
He was free on bail. Yes, ma'am.
wants only one thing: justice.
I'll be there to see it.
Judge Judy.
Hopefully.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinman. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy. 34-year-old Piper Acetella is suing her ex-boyfriend's ex-wife, 40-year-old roofing assistant Paula Heyer, for ransacking her home and stealing her belongings.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 172 on the calendar in the matter of Acetella versus Higher.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, huh?
Miss Acetella, you had a boyfriend with whom you lived for about 9 years, according to your complaint. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
What was his name?
Leo McCullum.
And you used to be married to Mr. McCullum. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
When were you divorced from Mr. McCullum?
In 92.
And you have children with Mr. McCullum.
Yes, I do.
How many children do you have?
I have 4 of my own natural children and 1 that I raised from his previous marriage.
Did Mr. McCullum ever have custody of his children?
Yes, at one time, yes.
When he was living with the plaintiff?
Yes, part of the time. Since 96, he had custody.
Which child or children lived with you?
Danielle, Samantha, and Joanna.
So 3 of the girls
Yes, ma'am.
lived with you. Now, according to your complaint, Mr. McCullum attempted to murder you by pouring lighter fluid on you and setting you on fire. Mr. McCullum is currently incarcerated, serving a term of 30 years to life. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
How long were you hospitalized?
A total of 4 months.
While
in
you
the
were in the hospital, it is your claim that the defendant came to the home that you had shared with Mr. McCullum and took all of the property out of the house.
Yes, ma'am.
When you returned home, there was very little there.
I never returned.
Did you ever go back to see what was in the house?
No, ma'am.
Well, how do you know she took your property?
This is my witness. I'd like for her to come up, please.
Okay, well, we may not even have to get to your witness. Mrs. McCullum says that all the property that was in that house belonged to her former husband, and she was entitled to take it. Is that right?
No, Your Honor. I never took anything from the house other than my children's belongings. And I have my daughter, Danielle, who lived at the house at the time that this terrible thing happened. And she can verify as to what Mrs.
So it's
Costello.
your position that you took nothing from the house except your children's clothing?
That's right.
Okay, now I'll hear your witness. So would you step up, please? Tell me your name.
Terry Way.
Miss Way, tell me what you know about the plaintiff's property.
Well, I know that they lived together for almost 10 years, and they acquired furniture. She had jewelry. She had her clothing.
Did you ever see the defendant take any furniture from the house?
I did not actually see her take it, no, ma'am.
So how do you know she has it?
I went there 3 days after she was in the coma to get her belongings from the house and saw that the house had already been ransacked. And there was only 3 people that had keys to the house: Leo, who was in jail, Piper, who was in the coma, and the children. So the children, maybe Paula, I didn't see them actually take it, but they're the only ones that had access to the house to get those belongings.
Did you have to use a key to get into the house?
I didn't actually get into the house. I saw it through the windows.
Did you try to get into the house?
Yes, I did.
Was the door locked?
Yes, it was.
What floors could you see from the window where you were looking?
Mostly the living room and the kitchen.
And had you been to the house before?
Yes, I had.
So what kind of furniture had been there in the living room previously?
There was a couch and a love seat, a dining room set. That's all I can think of at the time.
And all of that was gone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm with you, Miss Heyer.
Okay. First off, I'd like to call my daughter Danielle for a witness. The first time we were allowed into the home, I wasn't even allowed. It was still under crime scene by the police for at least a week. The second day of this, I had to go by the home to have my daughter go in pick up some medicine. She was escorted in by the police. At that time, I wasn't able to even go into the home.
And what about the third day?
I have no idea on the third day. They were going to contact us. I forget the detective's name at the time where we could go in and remove the children's clothes.
We've underlined the 2 sections that apply.
Well, this is a copy of a newspaper article. This indicates that Mr. McCullum at some point was free on bond of $300,000. So he was freed awaiting trial for a period of time?
Yes, ma'am, almost a year.
When was bail set?
Bail was set, I believe, at the time that he was arrested, but between his attorneys, they wanted it reduced, but our side said no.
Doesn't make any difference. He was free on bail.
Yes, ma'am, but that happened 3 weeks after. He was in jail for 3 weeks before he was released on bond. And I have another article here that talks about the belongings.
I'd like to read that too. The defendant says she doesn't have them. I don't know whether she has them or not, but there has to be some proof that she has them, because there are possibly other explanations as to what happened to the property. I'll get to that in a minute. What's your name?
Danielle.
Danielle, did you originally lie to the police about this fire?
Yes.
You originally lied to the police and told them that your father was nowhere around. Is that right? That he's... Danielle McCullum said that she was standing 5 feet from her father and O'Neill in a neighbor's yard when the woman burst into flames. She said she didn't see a lighter in either of their hands. Later, she said she originally told the detective she had been in her room when O'Neill caught fire. She told the jury Wednesday she lied because she was scared.
That's
right?
true.
So why would I believe anything she says?
Ma'am, I never got a phone call. I never got a card asking how I was doing or anything. Nothing. After 9 years.
After 9 years and 3 of the children living with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, they must not be very nice
I had
people.
my very bad faults, but after
Brandy, she drunk.
Excuse me? Listen.
She was an alcoholic.
Well, there had to be
Just out of
some reason
Sigma
why,
House.
listen to me, madam, she may not be perfect, but there had to be some reason why your 3 girls chose to live with their father instead of you. There had to be some reason.
There is. I was incarcerated.
Well, that's a very good reason.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Piper Acetella says her ex-boyfriend's ex-wife, Paula Heyer, ransacked her home and stole her belongings. Piper says the theft occurred while she was in a coma.
She says it wasn't her. It certainly wasn't you. That leaves old Leo. Now, what could Leo have done? Could Leo have given his attorney the key to the house and said to his attorney, in case she makes it, I don't want her to have anything? He could have done that. May have even sent it over to her house. Who knows? Anybody who was crazy enough to do what he did could do anything. And clearly, if he was out on $300,000 bond, he had some money. Where did he get the money from for $300,000 bond? From his parents.
Oh, yeah.
So he could have given his parents the key to the house.
They weren't there yet.
They're out of state.
Doesn't make any difference. Gotten it to them, said one way or another, you get into that house and take everything out of that house. I don't want, in case she gets better, I don't want her to have a thing.
Can she explain about Nancy, the woman that actually saw them taking the stuff in and out?
Well, I would like to hear a witness if you have that witness. Where is that witness?
She was reached by telephone, but apparently she couldn't make it here.
Why? Who is she?
She's Leo's cousin's wife.
She came to see me in the hospital quite frequently while I was waiting for her to come out of her coma.
Well, why can't she be here?
She said that she would be here, but she had to talk it over with her husband, and we think that when she did that, and since he's related to Leo, that they didn't want her to show up here because it would be a plus on her side. So she never did return the calls after that.
Do you understand my problem?
Yes.
What?
I know where the furniture went.
Well, then let me hear you.
Okay. Leo's brother, McCullum, had put everything into storage because the landlord had got a hold of him stating that he was going to trash anything and everything that was left in the house because the rent was due. So he took the stuff from the house, put it into storage. I have the receipts where he paid storage for 10 months.
And when was that done?
Just a second. Here we go.
And I was never notified.
Okay, so Leo's brother?
Yes.
Leo's brother took the stuff and put it in storage?
Yes, which he paid storage on for 10 months before he took it out.
Well, where is it now?
It's at his residence in Ozark, Missouri.
Your Honor, I was never notified.
In regards to the contents of Leo McCullough's household goods, McCullum, removed and put in storage in August of 1999. I kept it in storage for 10 months, which then I moved some of the property into storage in my house. Let us make copies of the storage receipts. Let us make a copy of this before the plaintiff leaves today. Now you know where your stuff is. You know where your furniture is.
Maybe the furniture, but my clothes, I mean, they had a habit of stealing stuff out of my closet.
I know, but you can't prove that. We're talking about major stuff now. I mean, I can't say whether they took your clothes, whether they took your shirts, whether they took whatever. The brother went into the house, according to his own letter. He went into the house. That's what I said. I said, he could have turned this key over to a relative, to his parents, to his brother, and said, get it out of there. I don't want her to have anything. because I'm going to spend the rest of my life in jail anyway. Hopefully.
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 I'll be there to see it.
Right. So, here's this. Try again. Wrong defendant. Got it? Make sure she gets that. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'll be there to see this man in prison for the rest of his life, and I will.
She didn't never work. She didn't pay for the booze she drank every day. She didn't pay for anything. Nothing in that house was hers.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bloom parent versus parent. Step forward, please.
57-year-old Shirley Bloom and her daughter, 23-year-old teacher Terry Parent, are suing Shirley's son, 21-year-old plumber's assistant Jess Parent, for an unpaid loan to keep him out of jail.
According to your complaint, there came a time when your son was facing a prison term or facing jail unless he could come up with some money. You took out a loan so he would have the money, but you needed some collateral, and the only collateral that you had was your mother's car, which you did put up as collateral for this loan. Your brother hasn't paid back the loan. What was he facing jail about?
It was for deferred adjudication, and he had hot checks.
A deferred adjudication, which means if he paid back the money, he wouldn't go to jail.
Right.
Okay, and how much money did he have to come up with?
Altogether, it was like $1,900.
So did he come to you and ask you for the money?
Actually, he came to my mom.
What did he say to you, Miss Blum?
He told me that if he didn't have this money by this certain time, that his probation officer, when his probation was off, that they would automatically give him a year. And if he went to jail, then he would go automatically to prison.
You then spoke to your daughter?
Right.
I used my mother's vehicle. It's a '97 Kia Sophia, and got the lease and the amount of money I needed.
And what were the monthly payments on it?
Every week it was $38.72. On March 23rd, 2001, I paid the loan off, which he didn't help me other than maybe, what, 6, 7 payments of all?
$871 he gave you back.
I had to pay off the loan, which was $1,987.22.
Okay, let's hear from you.
I disagree with everything that was just said, because I'd give my mom money to the fact that if the baby, my sister's baby, needed something, I'd give him some money. Every time I got paid, I'd give him some money.
That's not
true.
true.
To help
That's
them out.
not true, Jess. You know that.
I mean, anytime they needed help, I would help them out. And I mean, it's just been going on like this since I was little. I mean, she's been wanting money. I mean, I had a job.
Let's go back.
Okay.
You faced a term of imprisonment on a deferred adjudication. You had to come up with some money, all at one time. Did you ask your mother for the money?
No, ma'am. It wasn't that much.
Just a second.
Okay.
Did you discuss with your mother the fact that if you didn't come up with a bulk piece of money, you were going to go to jail?
No, ma'am. I had a job, and it wasn't that much money. For deferred adjudication, I was not going to, it wasn't having to pay a fine.
Is what you're telling me that your sister never gave you a check to give to the court for fines?
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
And that was on or about August of 2000?
Yes. I had a job. I was working.
That's not what I asked you.
Okay.
Are you telling me that you never, in August of 2000, needed a bulk sum of money to pay fines and other bad checks? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
What's the name of your probation officer?
Dolores,
What's her phone number?
I have no idea.
Oh, sure you do. You have to call and check in with your probation officer, sir.
I went and seen her once a month. I never had a call and check or nothing.
Does that name sound familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
Do you have the telephone number of the probation officer?
No, I don't. I never got anything like that. He would never give it to me because he didn't want me to talk to her.
Do you have a copy of the check?
No, we just have the copy of the loan.
The agreement, the lease agreement.
And
for
I have, these are checks that I picked up with some of that money for him because he was going to go to jail that day if they weren't paid. And the rest of it I gave it to him to pay his fine.
Well, you certainly made restitution on that date, sir. So that takes care of your argument that you didn't need a bulk of money in August.
I didn't. I had to pay a certain payment before that date.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, why would we get the loan if, I mean, I have my own responsibilities,
What did
more or
you do
less.
with the check? the check that you got for it?
I cashed it and I gave him the. My mother went and paid off some of his hot checks, which we gave you the paperwork on that.
And the rest of it we gave to him.
How many bad checks did you write?
I wrote, I'd say around 4 or 5.
That's not true.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
I wrote about 4 or 5 hot checks because I had gotten kicked out of their house. So.
What'd you get kicked out for?
Well, she wanted more money from me, and I only had so much money. I was getting.
That's not
I
true,
gave
Jess.
her most
That's
of
not-
my check.
No.
Yes, that is true.
I-
Every week when I got paid, I got a certain amount. That's all I would get. I'd give her the rent. I didn't mind paying rent. I don't mind doing that. You know,
Well,
I
how
feel
old are you?
responsible. You know,
How
I'm
old are you?
21. I don't mind paying rent at all. That's part of life. You know. But I mean, you shouldn't work all week for just like $50
When you have
a
that
week
many
when you
bills.
give your whole check to your mom. I mean, that's supposed to be your mom, not your money taker.
That's right.
you
And
know.
it's supposed to be your mom.
Don't talk to him.
Your Honor, I keep a diary because he accused me several times of taking his money. He'd give me money, right. By the end of the week, he would borrow it all back. And he'd say, Mom, why don't I have any money? So I kept a little calendar. And every time he got money from me, I wrote it down. And I made copies for you, if you want to see them, showing since the time we had to get him out of jail the first time, which was like almost $700 that weekend, getting him out of jail when he got in trouble, that he never paid back.
You been arrested since, sir?
No, ma'am.
How many times have you been arrested altogether?
I'd say twice.
Yes.
I'd say twice.
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
say.
it wasn't nothing besides traffic tickets. I mean, that's why. I mean, I
And
got.
lying to a judge.
That's why I got. Well, the second time I got thrown in jail for lying to an officer, and the officer came back and put me in jail for that.
Oh, good. And what's next?
And then the other one was for traffic tickets.
And the other one was for bad checks.
No, I never got thrown in jail for bad checks.
No, because Mama helped and paid.
No, because I worked and paid for them.
No,
You got
didn't.
arrested for
loan
bad. Just a second. You got arrested for bad checks, didn't you?
No, he never
I never
got
got arrested for
Never
bad
got
checks.
arrested
No,
for the bad
because I
checks.
paid him off.
No, he came
so
to
I
us
see.
whining about
I
he was
see.
gonna
He
go to
was
jail.
on probation for something else.
Right.
Oh.
Officer.
Oh, what, for lying to an officer?
Right.
Yeah.
What'd you lie to him about?
I told him a different name because I knew I had a traffic ticket out.
Oh, so, and that wasn't hard to lie to the officer, was it?
No, it wasn't. but it
Good.
was a
Judgment for the
class-
plaintiff in the amount of $1,987. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'd like to see him grow up.
I don't want to have any contact with him. I mean, I don't have a mom anymore, I don't feel.
She shouldn't have had to pay it. It wasn't her loan. It was his.
I'd have paid for it myself or done the time.
He lied so much about what he paid and what he didn't pay.
I don't feel I owe nothing.
They were on opposite sides of a brawl.
Somebody shouted something from the car.
He asked me if I had a problem. I said, no, I got no problem. And he headbutts me.
He came at me to hit me.
But now, they're on the same side in court.
These two idiots were having a fight, and they ended up on the hood of your car.
There were some dents on the hood.
Which one of these men will pay?
I know absolutely 100% I did not dent her car.
No, you don't. You should have kept walking.
Judge Judy.
That, you know.
And Eloisa Gibbs is suing schoolmates 25-year-old Brian Mbemba and 20-year-old Mitch Seiden for denting her car during a fight. Brian is countersuing, claiming Eloisa is trying to get him...
And what's your first name?
Brian.
And yours?
Mitch.
On your birth certificate.
Mitchell.
Mitchell, I'm not your friend.
Okay.
Mitchell. Now, Miss Gibbs, did you know Brian and Mitchell before this incident?
No, ma'am.
Stand up straight. According to your complaint, Miss Gibbs, you're sitting in your car, and these two idiots were having a fight.
Yes, ma'am.
And they ended up on the hood of your car, causing dents in the hood of your car. You want them to be responsible.
Yes, I was studying for a final.
Sitting in your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Brian and Mitchell say that A, there was no damage to your car, and B, if there was damage to your car, the other one did it.
Okay.
And then we have Brian, who is counterclaiming because he says that because you are vindictive in pursuing this matter, he will probably be expelled from school and wants you to pay for his semester's tuition. That's your counterclaim. Is that
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
Brian?
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't laugh. Please don't laugh at Brian. All right, Miss Gibbs. What was the date of the incident?
May 13, 2002.
What time?
It happened, I'd say, around 1:40.
In the afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did this happen?
This happened in Nassau Community College by B1 in the South parking lot.
Did you see this fight before it ended up on the hood of your car?
I saw it from beginning to end.
Tell me what you saw.
I saw Brian walking towards the school, and he was passing a green Chevy Malibu. And in the green Chevy Malibu, there were two girls and Mitchell. As he was passing, I guess somebody said something. He stopped, turned around, walked back towards the car, got into a confrontation with one of the girls through the passenger window. That's when I saw Mitchell exit the car. Brian began to argue with Mitchell. They got into each other's faces. Brian hit Mitchell, and they began fighting. That's when I saw Brian.
Would you just a second? Would you go over and have a brief word with him?
Sure.
Thank you.
What I need for you to do is I need for you to respect this court. So
Yes,
if you
sir.
would stand up straight.
Yes, sir.
And try to restrict your laughter.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
My man.
We're sorry to disturb you. You have your train of thought?
Yes.
Brian hit Mitchell.
Brian hit Mitchell. They continued fighting. Next thing I know, Mitchell's body is on my car. Brian is on top of Mitchell. I see him hit Mitchell a couple of times. Then Brian completely flees the scene. At that point...
Took off?
Yes. When he took off, I got out of my car, confronted Mitchell, told him, look at the damage that you've done to my car. I want this taken care of. That's when I got the phone number of one of the girls that was in the car with him in the green Malibu. So I can get in touch with him to get the money for my car.
Have pictures of your car?
Yes, I do. I have the police report. I have pictures of my car.
Let me see it all.
The whole time that this was happening, I was on the phone with my boyfriend
report.
from the United States Marine Academy.
Thank you. So it wasn't the hood of your car, it was really the side
It was
panel
the
of your
side, the side front panel of the driver's side, and there were some dents on the hood. And an object couldn't have done that, like me hitting something or something
No.
crashing into my car, because the paint is in perfect shape. There's no scratches or anything.
Okay. Now, Brian, I would like you to tell me, you're passing by this green car, and evidently you wanted to say something to one of the gals in the car. Tell me what you said to her.
Well, actually, what happened was somebody shouted something from the car. There was a laugh. There had been a lot of ridiculing by these people before. It was finals week, and I was going to walk away, but I was under so much pressure from my test. I said, you know, I'm tired of putting up with this. I went back to the car.
What did they say?
They were laughing. Somebody shouted a profanity I'd rather not say. And,
You could say it. I've heard everything.
call me a...
Someone in the car?
Yeah.
Male or female voice?
It sounded like a female voice. So I approached the car, and right away they started denying it, and we mixed words. Mitch got out of the car, and we...
When you say you mixed words, what did you say?
You know what? I can't remember word for word. I maybe, you know, just yelled back and forth. Here's where the true story starts now. He got out of the car, Mitchell. We confronted Elias, my witness. He was involved, too, although she never even remembers him being there, so I don't know which fight she was watching.
Which actually I do.
Elias comes up, he tries to break us up. At the time, there was really going to be no confrontation. What happened was, Mitchell, I don't know, like, went to push me away a little bit, and I made contact with him. At that time, he turned around, he went to his car, he grabbed what was an ice cleaner, you know, one of those brush stick ice cleaners, and he came at me to hit me. Elias tried to grab him to stop him. I tried to grab the stick. That's when we got into a scuffle, which lasted about 20 seconds, maybe 25 seconds. I never threw the first punch. I never ever put Mitch on top of the car. And after the thing, I did not flee the scene right away. We walked away, we calmed down. I left the school so there would be no further problems. I never even seen her there. I never saw a car get hit by anybody. I wasn't on a car. I surely didn't put him on a car. I didn't punch him first.
Now we'll hear from you.
Well, I was in the car, the girls, and we were laughing, just waiting for class to end, just hanging out in the car. And Brian had walked by. I don't know if they made a direct statement towards him, but he took it that way, came to the car, started telling the girls he's gonna strangle them, or like, you know, like just do it, you know, being a bully. And he asked me if I had a problem. I said, no, you know, I got no problem. So he told me to get out the car. I got out the car to try to tell him, relax, you know, we don't need to fight. You know, you're 25, I'm 20 years old, there's no need for this. And he headbutts me. So I fight back, and then as I'm fighting back, his friend comes in. They say they broke it up, but where I come from, if you get into a fight, one-on-one, and the other person's friend grabs me, I think, you know, it's a two-on-one. Then I went back to the car, got a shovel, you know, a scraper to defend myself, because he's a pretty big guy, little guy, got his friend with him. I'm with two girls. I struck him with it, you know. I had to do what I had to do. And then we had a little scuffle, this and that. I don't know if we dented the girl's car or if it was done like that already, but she had confronted me saying this happened, and if it did happen, then I'll take care of it, but if not, then I don't really think we did that damage.
Now I'd like to hear about your counterclaim.
Yeah. Up to this point, I have no previous record. I have no arrest record. My academic record is stellar. I made the dean's list the past 2 years. I'm too old to be getting involved in frivolous encounters. She tells the dean, and her story has so many holes in it, it's hard for me to even sit there and listen to it. And now because of this, my records are impounded, so I can't transfer schools. The least I'm going to get is academic probation, which ruins my scholarship chances, which I have plenty of. And at most, I'm getting expelled. So I'm going to lose a half semester of my life for this, for a false statement, because I know absolutely 100% I did not dent her car.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. You know one thing. You know when you were passing the green car and somebody called you a...
Yes, I know that
that you
too.
should have kept walking.
I should have, but...
Right, that, you know.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
At the moment when these two were...
Look right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know, Brian was just a little upset at these
Look at me.
And later today...
I said I will definitely honor our initial agreement. I don't in any way want to...
Stick you.
Right. She started to get really upset.
Well, just show me the rest of the payments that you made.
That's the only payment that I made.
Why?
That's
Why?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. College student Eloisa Gibbs says her car was damaged during a fight between schoolmates Brian Mbemba and Mitch Seiden. Brian and Mitch are blaming each other.
So you're dealing with a couple of girls, 19, 20-year-old big mouths.
Yes.
Right? Who call you a name. You're not a are you?
Constantly, absolutely not.
All right. So that you knew it wasn't true when they called you that bad name.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So you keep on walking.
I understand.
You keep on walking. That you know for sure. Then we go back to the police report. Police interviewed witnesses who stated that Mitch Seiden was the person who exited the vehicle to fight, and that they did, in fact, fall on the complainant's vehicle.
Okay.
Independent witness, not her. You had no vendetta against her. She doesn't even know who you are.
Absolutely. But
Why in the world?
I see this as an opportunity to make money off of something that was already there. Hey,
Oh,
look,
really?
fight, opportunity. Let's make these guys pay for my damage.
My boyfriend saw my car prior to me going to school and knows there was no damage
Miss
to my
Gibbs,
car.
Miss Gibbs, you need not answer him. Now, in all fairness to you, Brian, you have a witness here. I will hear the witness.
Thank
Who wants to stand up and be counted?
I'll stand up, Your Honor. At the moment when these two were...
Look right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. When these two were all fighting, there was no force against any car. Nobody fell on any car. There was no need for her to explain the car dent. There was these people right here didn't cause.
Brian was walking by himself past the green car. Where did you come from?
I came back with him.
Just a minute. Brian is walking past the
Brian
green
walked
car.
past the car, and then I see him turn around and walk back to the car. I
Yes.
tried to catch up to him to see what his problem was. When I went up to the car, and he was trying to ask the girls who were calling him a name or something, Mitch stepped out of the car and told Brian that it wasn't him. I don't know, Brian was just a little upset about the girls laughing at him or calling him a name. So
Look at me!
These two started to fight a little, but I didn't see them fall on any car nor cause a dent to any car at all.
Thank you very much for your participation.
You're welcome.
Brian, your counterclaim is dismissed. It's nonsense.
Okay,
And as
thank you.
far as the damage to the plaintiff's car, there isn't a question in my mind that the two of you caused the damage to the car. You should have kept on walking past the green car. And Mitch, you shouldn't have gotten out of the green car.
And I just try to calm him down.
You shouldn't have gotten out of the green car. Whatever the situation was, the two of you were responsible for her damage. So, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $870 to be shared by the two defendants, and the counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
If I dented the car, I must have been blacked out during the time because I can't recall it at all.
I believe that Judge Judy made the right decision.
Whatever happened, happened. Whatever the way the case went. Everything works out the way it does.
If you know you didn't do anything wrong, make sure you got it right.
Stay in your house, lock your doors, and don't go outside so you don't get sued.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Peterson versus Thornhill. Step forward, please.
20-year-old college student Serene Peterson is suing her former friend, administrative assistant Jasmine Thornhill, for unauthorized use of her credit card. Jasmine says she had Serene's permission.
Ms. Peterson, the defendant was a good friend of yours. You claim, however, that she stole your credit card and used it without your permission, racking up tremendous bills for which you are responsible. The defendant says she did, in fact, use your credit card. She used it with your permission. You had an arrangement where she would pay the bill, and she was perfectly prepared to honor that arrangement. You knew her for a long time?
Around 6 months.
When do you claim she stole your credit card?
December 15th, I was over her apartment on a social engagement. When I left, I accidentally left my wallet with my credit card inside her apartment.
Go ahead.
2 days later, after searching my belongings, I called her and asked her if she had it. She says that she did, and I went over and I retrieved it the same day.
Your credit card?
Yes.
Go ahead.
After that, everything was fine until I received my statement. That was in mid-January. The statement had some charges, along with the charge that I purchased for Ms. Thornhill while I was at her apartment.
What do you mean the charge that you purchased for her?
When I was over her apartment on the 15th, she asked me if she could use my credit card to purchase something online. I agreed to make the purchase for her.
What did you purchase for her online?
An online thing from Pier 1 for $62.67.
Can I see that bill, please?
Yes.
Now, you have certain things highlighted.
Yes, those are all of the charges that Ms. Thornhill made, except for the one on December 5th.
You have one here for December 19th.
Yes, that's correct.
But you got your credit card back on December 17th.
Yes.
You have something on the 18th.
There are a series of charges made after December 15th, extending onto May. I have a complete list. All of the charges I did not make, Ms. Thornhill made.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Serene Peterson says former friend Jasmine Thornhill stole her credit card and ran up charges. Jasmine says Serene gave her permission to use it.
Let me hear your version of how you got this credit card.
Sure, Your Honor. Prior to December 15th, I had asked Ms. Peterson if I could use her credit card in order to make some online purchases for Christmas and some other purchases as well. She said it was no problem. She would come to my workplace in the next couple of days and she would give me the card so I could go ahead and do that. She came to my workplace as agreed and she left the card in my possession. After that, I proceeded to make a few of the online purchases and I asked her, was it okay if in the coming couple of weeks, if I could use it again? And Ms. Peterman's statement to me was, well, hey, I don't have a job right now. You're working full-time. If you want to use it, just make sure you pay the bill. I'll send the statements to you, and we won't have a problem. So I began to use the card under the verbal agreement that we had made. Ms. Peterson got her statement in mid-January. I asked her what the amount was. Was she going to send that to me? She said no, because of the fact that she had made a charge in December herself. She'd go ahead and take care of that payment. She said, but then when the rest of my charges became evident in the February bill, that I would begin to be responsible for it. In February, as agreed, she mailed me the payment, and I have proof of that because I sent in a money order to make that payment.
Your Honor, may I say something, please?
Go ahead.
After Ms. Peterson reviewed that statement, and I sent a copy of it to her, of the statement itself, along with a copy of the money order to her in the mail as proof that I had indeed made that payment. Then came February, and she received a statement, and she was very concerned by the growing balance. I told her, I said, I can understand that, but it just so happens that you and I have a different standard of the way that we live. I understand some of the things I might buy may appear expensive to you, but I'm expecting tax money. I'll definitely use some of that towards lowering the balance, and I will definitely honor our initial agreement. I don't in any way want to...
stick you.
Right, exactly. March came along. That's when Ms. Peterson, I think, she started to get really upset.
Well, just show me the rest of the payments that you made.
That's the only payment that I made successfully.
Why?
That was the only statement that she sent to me.
In February?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you make purchases in March?
Those actually, ma'am, were purchases that I had made in February that were on back order.
Then you cancel them. What are you, nuts?
No, honestly, ma'am, you're right. That's something she certainly could have done.
All right, Ms. Peterson, let me tell you what I think. I think you lied to me when you said she stole your card and you had no knowledge of the fact that she was using your card till you got these statements. Let me tell you why. Because if I got a statement in the month of January that showed unauthorized usage of my card, and since you weren't using the card at all, correct?
Correct.
Then you cut up the card, you call the company immediately, and you say, discontinue this card, I'm canceling this card, no further purchases are authorized. You didn't do that.
I did, Your Honor.
No. If you did that immediately in January, is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Then you are not responsible for these. If you canceled your card and they continue to allow someone else to use it in an unauthorized way, you are not responsible.
When I called them in December, they told me that they had been trying to contact me because they had red flagged my card because of suspicious behavior. They had also told me that someone called up and got my card reactivated. Numerous times I called them and I canceled my card.
Do you know her mother's maiden name?
No, ma'am.
Do you know her social security number?
I don't know by heart, but I did know it.
Good. Did you ever call to reinstate her card?
No, ma'am.
No. Miss Peterson, what happened is that you let her use your card.
I did not.
Then if these are unauthorized charges on your account and you did not give her permission and you canceled your card, then you are not responsible for these.
That's what I told Bank of... However, they told me, because I told them that I knew who was making the charges, I said, I can direct you to the person who is fraudulently using my card. They said that it's a civil matter now and that I have to bring up the charges against her because they are not going to take them off.
No, that's not true. Call the police. Madam, if what you're telling me is that somebody stole your credit card and used your credit card without your permission, call the police and have her arrested. Simple as that. They're going to arrest her and you won't be out any money. You won't be out any money if what you're telling me is true. What you're telling me is true, correct?
Yes.
Right? You didn't give her permission to use your card.
No.
You're sure of that?
I'm positive.
Then you don't have anything to worry about. Call, have her arrested for grand larceny. You are not responsible for the payments because you did, in fact, cancel your card.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I did.
Perfect. Then we have nothing to worry about. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I hope Ms. Thornhill enjoys her few months of freedom because she will be going to jail.
Ms. Peterson and I had a verbal agreement that I would make the monthly payments on her account until my charges were paid for.
She thinks that she can just walk all over somebody just because she has a pretty face or whatever.
What's frustrating to me is the fact that, for one, that she's trying to make me out to be a liar or to be a thief.
I know that Ms. Thornhill stole the credit card because she admitted so.
That's completely untrue.
She just got away with stealing and lying.
She needs a lot of help, obviously.
I didn't know I was going to get beat up.
A brutal attack.
She hits me in the back of the head, pulling my hair, hitting me with the other half of the stick. At the time, I was 6 months pregnant with his daughter.
Two mothers fighting over one father.
She came over there with two girls fighting.
You had no business going over there.
Judge Judy tells it like it is.
Children having children is stupid. So don't tell me you're not stupid, and don't tell me these two children weren't mistakes.
Judge Judy.
Big time.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinman. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy. 18-year-old Nikki Truslow is suing her ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old Josh Carter, and his fiancée, 20-year-old Yolanda Walker, for assaulting her with a stick. Josh and Yolanda are countersuing for harassment.
Order. All rise. Yes, this is case number 173 on the calendar in the matter of Truslow versus Walker Carter. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Truslow, the defendant, Mr. Carter,
Yes.
was a former boyfriend of yours.
Yes.
The co-defendant, Miss Walker, is his current girlfriend. They have a child together, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, Ms. Truslow, the two of them assaulted you.
Yes.
They say you started the whole problem, you precipitated the assault, and they are counterclaiming for harassment. So that's what this case is about.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
It happened on January 11th of this year, but the night before it happened, on January 10th, I had stopped by his cousin's house. At the time, I was 6 months pregnant with his daughter. And I stopped by there, and I go inside, and he walks me into the kitchen, and he's like, you know, me and Yolanda got back together because they dated in high school, and he was like, but I really don't want to be with her. I want things to work out with you. I was like, okay, and he was like, well, call me later. So I leave.
How many children do you have?
One.
With this lady?
Yeah.
You have a child?
Yes, we go Monday for the blood test.
We already took the paternity test on our half. We just
I
waiting
have
on
to
her.
go Monday, so. But here's a picture of her if you'd like to see. I don't know. But anyway, so then I leave, and he
How
was
old
like,
are you?
how old am I? I'm 18.
And how old are you?
21.
What do you do for a living?
Work. Work.
Could you stand still? Try standing still. What kind of work do you do?
Work at Burger King.
At Burger King. Go ahead.
Okay.
So he's in the kitchen and he's smooching with you.
Yeah,
You're 6 months pregnant, and
yeah.
he says, I'm back with her, but I don't want to be back with her. I really want to be back with you.
Yeah. So
Go
then he
ahead.
tells me to call him later on. He was going to a game or something, whatever. So I called him that
You ought
night.
to be
and
going
he
to his
wasn't-
second job.
Huh?
Go ahead, nothing.
Oh, so I called him that night and he wasn't there. I had a doctor's appointment at 10 o'clock the next morning. So I go by his house. I had never seen her before. I'd never met her before until
Is
that
this
day.
your first child?
This is my first child. So I go by his house and he stayed in the basement. So I go around to the basement. I was on my way taking my
What
friend.
did you go to his house for?
To see if he wanted to go to the doctor with me, because he had told me to call him the night before, and because he had already went to
Why
one
didn't you
doctor's
call him?
appointment. I did call him, but I didn't call him that morning. I was on the way.
Why didn't you call him that morning?
I don't know. I didn't know that she was going to be there. I had no idea. I mean, the day before he was telling me, that he wanted to get back with me. I didn't. If she was going to be there, I wouldn't have never came. So I go by there and knock on the door, and Yolanda answers the door. And I was kind of surprised, and I was like, well, is Josh here? And so he comes to the door, and I was like, what's going on? Why last night you're telling me that you want to work things out, and she's here? And he's like, he really didn't say too much. So me and him go into the other room. It's like a laundry room in their house, and we're in there talking, and I'm questioning him, why did you say this if you really didn't want to work things out? Well, Yolanda's like, well, I heard you wanted to fight me and da-da-da. And I was like, you know what, I didn't come down here to fight you. I just came down here to talk to Josh. So me and him are in the other room talking, and his mom has like a stick that she used to hold her sliding glass door with. And Yolanda hits me in the back of the head with it, and it breaks in two. Well, I turn around to defend myself. She's pulling my hair, hitting me with the other half of the stick, and Josh steps in between us and pushes me down on the left seat. And every time I try to get up, he's still pushing me down, and she's pulling my hair, hit me with the other half of the stick. And so his grandma comes downstairs, and so then they both back up. The other half of the stick had flew kind of to the other side of the room where the door was. So I get up off the couch and I'm crying, and I was like, fine, if you wanted to fight like that, then I'm going to go get you locked up. So I grab the other half of the stick. I leave out the door, and I'm all upset.
What'd you grab the other half of the stick for?
Because I was going to use that as evidence to show that's what she hit me with. But I was at my car with my door open, willing to leave. I was not, trying to start anything else. They come outside. He walks over to my car and pushes me, jerks the stick out of my hand, and tells me to get the F on. So I go home, I tell my mom, and we go get warrants on both of them. And then I went by and saw my obstetrician to make sure that my baby was okay. They did the little heart monitor thing. She said everything was fine, and if I had any problems, any bleeding or anything, to make sure I went to the emergency room. The next morning when I woke up, I was in a lot of pain. My neck, my shoulders were really sore. I was having cramps in my stomach, I guess, from trying to get up and down off the couch. So I go to the emergency room, and I have the copy of that right here. So if you need,
She didn't bring that to the first.
It's kind of faded. So, but when we went to court, they didn't question Josh.
You were arrested.
No, we weren't arrested.
Yeah, I have that right here.
There was a trial.
There was a trial, yes.
And you were acquitted.
What does that mean?
Found not guilty.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you?
Dismissed.
No. He was found not guilty. Her case was dismissed.
He was found not guilty.
Yeah, and he didn't even say anything.
Shh. And her case was dismissed when?
The same day. They tried both of them at the same time.
So they were both found not guilty?
No. They had two lawyers against my one, okay? It was really...
Stop! Of course they had two separate lawyers.
I know
You
that,
don't have
but
your
what
own
I'm
lawyer.
saying-
You have the
I
district
understand
attorney.
that.
Fine. So both found not guilty. Either you're guilty or
Okay.
you're not guilty.
Yeah.
Whether you're dismissed, whatever. You're not guilty.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Now, shh.
Okay.
I don't understand one thing, madam. You said to me a moment ago when you started this discussion with me, you said that you would never have gone to the house if you knew she was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you said that when you went to the house that morning, instead of calling first,
Okay.
why don't you receive instead of talking?
I'm listening.
Good. And if you saw her because she answered the door, why didn't you just leave?
I didn't know I was going to get beat up, you know?
Try
wasn't
answering my question. You got a hot temper. You're not helping your case.
Sorry.
You told me if you knew she was there, you never would have gone.
Yes.
She opens the door. You see she's there. Why didn't you leave?
Because I still wanted to find out what was going on.
Well, why don't you find out what was going on by picking up the phone and calling sometime later and saying, hey, Josh, what's going on?
Yeah, I could have
done
done
good.
that.
Now, tell me your version of these events.
It started off 2 days prior to the day of the fight. I had came by to drop my daughter off. I was going to my cousin's house or whatever, and Josh and her were on the phone. I guess they were arguing or whatever on the phone, but he ended up hanging the phone up on her, and when he got off the phone, he told me, he said, Nikki says she's going to F you up. And I was like, why is she saying that? I don't even know this girl. Never seen her a day before in my life. Okay, then the phone rung again.
Could you stop right there? Did you have a conversation with the plaintiff a couple of days before this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you call her or did she call you?
She called me.
What did she say when she called you?
She just wanted to know what was going on.
What was going on? What do you mean, what was going on?
Me and her getting back together.
And what did you say to her?
I said, we're not getting back together.
Did she at that point say anything about Miss Walker?
Yeah, she said she was going to F her up.
Did she say why?
No, ma'am.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tabitha Truslow says ex-boyfriend Josh Carter and his fiancée, Yolanda Walker, assaulted her with a stick.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so after he told me that, the phone had rung again, and so I answered. He told me, he said, if it's Nikki, tell her I don't want to talk to her, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so I answered the phone, and she goes, is Josh there? And I was like, he doesn't want to talk to you. So then I asked her, you know, why did you tell him that you're going to F me up and you don't even know nothing about me? She was like, well, as soon as my car gets back here, I'll be over there to fight you. That night, she came over there with 2 girls. I was not there. His mother and Josh was there, and she and 2 other girls that came over there to fight me.
Did you go over to his house 2 days before?
I did not.
Did your mother see her over there?
Yes, ma'am.
If I called his mother, would she say that you were over there 2 days before?
I don't know, but
oh, she probably would.
But also, could I?
Don't say anything other than answering my questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. What happened when she came over a couple of days before this incident?
She just started cussing and talking about she was going to beat her up. Where's Yolanda at?
Go ahead.
Okay, then the next day, which was the 10th, it was on a Wednesday, I had went to go pick them up from his cousin's house. I gets there, and he comes and tells me, Nikki came out here today, talking about she's going to beat you up again, and she came by the house last night, and my 3-year-old daughter at the time overheard her say that...
Don't tell me what anybody overheard her say.
Okay, well, Thursday comes, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and she knocks on the door. I go answer the door. She walks in the house, uninvited. I asked her, I said, well, why did you, you know, say this stuff about me around my daughter? That was the main point. She said, Yolanda, I didn't come in here for this, da-da-da-da-da-da.
No, don't do da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She didn't say da-da-da-da-da. I didn't come here for this. Go ahead.
She said she didn't come here for this, and that, you know, she only wanted to talk to Josh or whatever. And I told her, I said, Nikki, I said, next time, don't come over here no more. She was just like, well, I can come over here anytime I want. I said, well, don't come over here while I'm here. So then she was like, B-I-T-C-H, da-da-da-da-da, something. And then I'm sorry with the da-da-da-da-da. But it ended up where she was like, I'll whip your da-da-da-da, whip your butt. And then so I was like, you ain't gonna do nothing. So at this time, they were at the sliding glass door. Josh was like, probably like this to her. And she was behind him, and she was like, I'll whip your da-da-da-da-da. Shoot, I got to have it with it. And so she said, I'll whip your butt or whatever. And so I got up, you know, I was sitting on the couch. So I said, you ain't going to do nothing. I said, but I know you better not come over here next time. So she had grabbed the stick, and she was like, what, like that? She came at me with the stick. I grabbed the stick from her. And when she had did like this, I grabbed it like this, and I took it from her, and I hit her with it. And then from there, we had wrestled, and I ended up tossing her on the couch. I had completely dropped the stick by then. The stick was on the floor when she picked it up. And I was just hitting her in the head. Josh came in between us and grabbed me and, you know, took my hand out of her hair or whatever. And then she ran to get the stick, and then she ran out the house, and the first thing we thought was, oh, my car. I thought she was going to bust the windows out my car, because she just ran out of the house with the stick in her hand.
So he ran out and got the stick?
Yeah, he ran out and got the stick from her.
Okay. Let me hear about your counterclaim.
Okay, about the counterclaim.
Make sure it's a good one, unless you want to withdraw it.
She has harassed us the whole time. She calls the house. We had to get the number changed. She goes to his job.
Can I say something? No.
She goes to his job, tells him he shouldn't marry me. She talks bad about me.
He must be some bargain.
Try to get it.
He must be really a bargain. Do you have any money in a Swiss bank account? You have a Swiss bank account
No.
that maybe they don't know about, or they do know about?
She tried to get a job where I worked there too. That's why.
At Burger King?
Yes, ma'am.
And he ended up,
And I ended up quitting.
and then she didn't want the job there anymore.
So that's harassment?
It's been a lot of issues. She sent mail to the house.
You don't have a lawsuit for harassment. Two women probably have a lawsuit for stupidity against somebody.
Could I say something, ma'am?
No, say nothing. You made a mistake. Probably you did too. Your mistake is 3 years old, and your mistake is a newborn.
My daughter's
Because,
not a mistake.
oh yes, because it tied you permanently to him. That means you two women are tied permanently to him when you were children. Children. Children having children is stupid. Children who don't know how to behave themselves is stupid. So don't tell me you're not stupid, and don't tell me these two children weren't mistakes. Big time. Now, you had no business going over there. I absolutely believe her that you were there before, that you had some inclination that that's where she stayed.
I didn't know.
Then you should have seen her at the door, closed the door, and left. And
I
left.
just wanted to
I don't
make sure
believe.
that
I don't
he
believe
didn't-
you. Listen to me very carefully, madam. You had
Can I
no
also say
business.
something?
Say nothing. Your case is dismissed, as is your counterclaim. Next time, I want you to both, if you have any extra bucks, go to the store, buy birth control. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I was here. Just leave us alone.
She can have them and have 10 kids by them.
Please don't get involved with people like her. Please don't.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Durham versus Creech. Step forward, please.
18-year-old baseball player Justin Durham is suing his ex-fiancée, 19-year-old waitress Kara Creech, for the return of an engagement ring. Kara is countersuing for the return of her class ring.
Mr. Durham, you and the defendant were engaged to be married. It didn't work out. You want the engagement ring back.
That's right.
Ms. Creech says that you have some property of hers, you have a class ring, and there are some other expenses that she believes that are your responsibility as a result of this failed wedding. She is counterclaiming. She said you didn't pay for these rings yourself. There was some down payment made by her mother. So when did you become engaged?
Well, it was about 4 months ago.
Look at me. Not
I had asked her mom to help me with $100 to make the down payment on the ring. So she did. With no more than 3 days later, I gave her a crisp $100 bill.
Did he give you back the $100?
Yes, he just didn't pay the 10. I gave him 110, that was all.
Fine, so that's a wash. So that's taken care of. So other than the down payment, initially, you paid for the ring?
Right.
So 4 months ago, are you laughing? Is this funny?
No.
4 months ago, you became engaged. And for how long were you engaged?
For about five months.
1 month.
Just a second. Mr. Durham, I'm not very good at math. If you became engaged 4 months ago and you were engaged for 5 months, then we're talking about Back to the Future. Do you understand? How long were you engaged?
About a month and a half.
And what happened?
She cheated on me.
No, that's not true, Your Honor.
Okay, so as a result of that, you say the engagement was broken.
Right.
You broke the engagement.
No, she did.
Can I see the ring, please? Who has the receipt for the ring?
I do.
I have one too.
Can I see both, please? How much did you pay for this ring?
$549.
No. You have a ring, and then there's a bridal set.
I have the other piece. It was a set. It wasn't a separate piece.
Well, it's billed separately, sir. One says $371, and the other item was $128. So here we have the engagement ring. Now, is the engagement ring $371? Let's get it together, please. I mean, this is not, I've got a secret. Would you answer me?
Yes.
Yes, what?
The ring was $400.
$371.
$371, sorry.
Where's the other piece of this, the $128 set? You have that?
Right.
Can I see it, please? Very nice, and I see it's a nice little set because one of these things fits in here like this. I don't know how it does it. I'm never very good at that. There you go. Very pretty. Okay, so here's this piece back. Now, he gets them both. Engagement ring. Engagement's off. Engagement ring is given in contemplation of marriage. No more engagement. He gets the ring back. Return him. Sell him. Contemplate him. Now let's get to your counterclaim. Do you have her class ring?
Yes, I do.
Where is it? Perfect. Look how easy this is going to be. It's going to be a piece of cake. Class ring. He gets the receipts. She gets the class ring.
Got it.
Perfect. Now she's got a class ring back. Now, miscellaneous wedding expenses that you think he should pay for. You say you broke off this engagement.
Yes.
Tell me why.
Because I have a 1-year-old son, and I am not putting what he does around my son. He came to my house one night, and he was high, and he was drunk.
Okay. And you thought it was a bad idea.
Yes.
So you broke off the engagement. And you have a wedding dress and some little wedding expenses.
Yes.
Then you made a good choice. You pay for those. You should have thought twice about becoming engaged to somebody that you knew for a relatively short period of time. Right?
Yes.
So consider yourself very lucky. Dye your engagement dress another color. Yellow. Use it again. And if he was the wrong person for you, it's a very cheap price. Right?
Yes.
Good luck. Everybody's got their property back? Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I got what I wanted. Now I don't have to worry about him no more.
That's all I wanted to do in the first place was give everything back. That way I never talk to her again.
Talk to him no more, see him no more.
Don't make anything harder than it has to be.
Missed your prom.
All they had to do was get them to their prom.
Got off at the wrong exit.
But we got there.
An hour late.
But the evening took a turn for the worse.
There were still drinks and dirty cups and things in the back of the limo.
Why didn't you clean the limo?
Did they get a limo or a lemon?
How come you got lost?
We don't know how to get to a location unless we have an address.
You are the professional, sir. Suck it up.
Judge Judy.
They only have one prom. You got a lot of limousine nights.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinlin. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy. 18-year-old college student Serena Simon and her boyfriend, Eric Copenhaver, are suing limousine company owners Mickey Arzaga and his brother Rudy for ruining their senior prom. The Arzaga brothers are countersuing for unpaid fees and damage to the limousine.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 507 on the calendar in the matter of Simon Copenhaver versus Arzaga. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
You were going to your prom?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Is that a high school prom?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
When was the prom?
Prom was on June 2nd.
And according to your complaint, you hired the defendant's company, which, is it both, the company belonged to both of you? You hired their limousine company to take a group of you to the various prom activities.
That's correct.
You were going to be ending up at the prom itself.
That's correct.
And according to your complaint, whatever limousine they sent for you turned out to be a disaster. It was late, they didn't know where they were going, as a result of which you missed your prom, and you want to be compensated. You want to be compensated for all the costs of your prom tickets, et cetera, and for any deposits that you gave to them. They said, well, this is really all your fault, and aside from that, you violated certain rules, you damaged the limousine, and they are counterclaiming. You made the initial call?
Uh-huh. About 2 weeks before prom, I called them to request a 14-passenger limousine for June 2nd, Tribeca Hills prom at the Yorba Linda Equestrian Center. Then I gave them the address where we were supposed to be picked up, and that was all. They didn't ask anything else, and that was it.
You told them that ultimate destination was the Yorba Linda Equestrian Center.
That's correct.
Is that where the prom was?
Prom was ended up being at its Yorba Linda Community Center.
But they had the Yorba Linda Equestrian Center. That's what
correct.
you gave them.
Uh-huh.
Now, come prom night, when were they supposed to pick you up?
6:30.
Did you receive any sort of a contract from them?
No.
And it is agreed that you're supposed to pick them up at 6:30?
Yes.
Did the limousine arrive there on time?
No.
Why not?
Because about 45 minutes prior to the actual pickup time, we had called and told them that we were going to be 45 minutes late because one of our previous engagements had run over. So we called them and we told them that we would give them an extra hour free on the back end of limousine service, and they agreed to that. And so...
Well, they had no choice at that point.
Well, no, but they agreed to it.
They had no choice at that point.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Just a second.
Okay.
So whether they agree to it or not, which is something that I doubt, because they're all dressed up and ready to go to the prom, and you call and say, we're going to be late because we didn't gauge our time properly, that's the wrong thing to happen. Absolutely. Now, did your driver actually get there 45 minutes late, or did your driver get there later than 45 minutes late?
Yes, 45 minutes late.
Is that right?
Well, actually, about 6:50, no limo would show up. We never got that phone call. 6:50 rolled around. I called Rudy, or I called the limo company. I believe I spoke to Mickey or Rudy. They said, had no idea why she wasn't there. They would call her, call me back. They called back, said she was on a road that's relatively close to where we were supposed to be picked up. They said she should be there shortly. About 7:20 rolled around. She still wasn't there. So we called again. They said, okay, we will go send somebody to look for her. And they would call us back. They didn't call us back, but in about 10 minutes she showed up.
So she got there at what time?
At about 7:30.
Are you the driver?
Yes, I am.
Step up, please. Tell me your last name.
Arias.
Miss Arias, can you tell me why you were an hour late?
We were running the limousine for other people.
Where were you going?
They got a ceremony in the...
Where were the people that were occupying your limousine? Where were they at 6:30?
They were over a little, almost 30 minutes, so that's why we were...
I don't understand what you're telling me.
The other company, the other people that were in the limousine, the reason we were 45 minutes late, not an hour late, is
It
because
was not an hour.
the other party had, taken longer than they had originally told us. So that's why we called, and we called them.
She said you didn't call them.
We did
Who called them?
We did. Rudy did.
I
did call them.
You placed a call to them, or you called them back when they said she's not there?
I placed a call to them to tell them that we were going to be late.
Who did you speak to?
I spoke to one of the mothers. I'm not sure her name, but one of the mothers answered the phone.
Well, this was a very important event. You folks were not doing the right thing at all. So whether you got there at 7:20 or 7:30, that's still an hour out of their time. Now, where were you scheduled to go at that point?
And next we're going to a major restaurant about 15, 20 minutes away in Irvine.
And did you have a reservation?
Yeah, we had to change it the whole time. We were calling to find out when we were going to be picked up. So we changed our reservations till 8. We left at 7:30. It's only about 15, 20 minutes to get there. She got lost on the way there, got off at the wrong exit.
Okay.
One of the people in our limousine actually lived in the area, so he helped direct the driver to the restaurant, and we got there eventually.
How long have you been driving?
More than a year.
How come you got lost?
I didn't get lost.
No? They said you got lost. How long did it take you to get to the restaurant?
25 minutes.
What time did you get to the
We
restaurant?
got there about 7:55 or 8 o'clock, so it was no problem.
Fine.
On the way, actually, to the restaurant, we saw a man in the other car in a Lincoln Continental, and he was yelling at our driver. We just thought it was somebody with road rage. Later, we found out that's one of the owners who, I guess, went to find the driver.
Who was lost?
Yes. So I guess she said, oh no. We figured out that it was the owner because she said, no, I'm going to go talk to the owner, and there was the angry man from the freeway.
She wasn't lost. The thing is that Rudy was in the area, so he basically
Went to look for her.
No, he was already in the area because he had finished another run. He was already in the area. He wanted to get them to the restaurant as quickly as possible because we were already 45 minutes late to start off, so we figured the best way to do it
Their
was
reservation was at 7 at the restaurant.
7:30.
It only takes 15 to 20 minutes to get there.
You were supposed to get picked up at 6:30. So I assume your reservation was at 7.
Exactly.
You were told that they wanted you there at 6:30, and your first stop was going to be at the restaurant.
Prior to taking pictures, which takes sometimes 20 minutes to take pictures.
They wanted to take pictures.
Sure, absolutely.
In the limousine.
At the house.
At the house in front of the limousine. I mean, they don't need you to take pictures unless they want to take pictures in the limousine.
But they need the extra time.
They need the
We
extra
have
time.
pictures because we took them before our pickup date.
They don't need you. All the people were there already, I assume, in one location. So they don't need you in order to take pictures, unless they wanted to take pictures around the limousine.
Exactly.
That's it.
Let me explain something to you. On your best day, you're not as smart as I am on my worst day. Okay? I can't tell you how many times I've waited for a car service And I picked up the telephone, and they say, they're on the FDR Drive, but there's traffic over the 59th Street Bridge. But the idiots don't know that I live over the 59th Street Bridge. So I look outside, and there's no traffic. They're right around the corner. I said, right around the corner, I better run downstairs. They're 3 minutes away. And 20 minutes later, they're still not there. We don't understand it. I've been there. So they wanted you there a half hour early to take pictures of all of them around the limousine, which I assume they didn't get to do as they wanted to do it because you were so late, right?
Exactly.
So far, I see your counterclaim shrinking.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Serena Simon and her boyfriend Eric Copenhaver are suing limousine company owners Mickey and Rudy Arzaga. Serena and Eric claim their driver picked them up late and then got lost on the way to their prom.
It is clear to me, based upon what you told me before, that you gave the defendants the wrong name of the place where the prom was to be held.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes, it was Yorba Linda. We told them Yorba Linda Equestrian Center. It was at Yorba Linda Community Center, and
are those two places close by?
The Equestrian Center doesn't exist, so I'm not sure why they started driving if they had no idea where they were taking us.
Your Honor, can I say something? When Rudy called, or when Serena called and made the reservation, Rudy had explicitly explained to them exactly what we would need in order to get them to their prom, which was an address. Well, when the driver got there, asked for the address, they did not have one. When we got to the restaurant, we asked again. They still did not have one. So Rudy, going out of his way to be nice, because it's their prom night, had decided, okay, well, I'm going to call 411, just give me the name of the place. They had told Rudy Yorba Linda Equestrian Center. So Rudy called 411, and we all know that a lot of times 411 doesn't give the correct address. Well, they gave us an address, but it wasn't the Yorba Linda Equestrian Center because there is no Yorba Linda Equestrian Center.
So Rudy got, just a second, so Rudy got the wrong address.
Yes.
Next.
Then what I did is I got a hold of what's called a bid or an invitation that 5 couples received, and they were supposed to provide us.
Well, just a second. As a result of Rudy getting the wrong address, did he give that address to the driver? Rudy?
Yes.
You gave that address to the driver. You said, I'll take care of it and I'll give the address to the driver. So she takes the address and she starts driving.
Right.
Based upon instructions from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're driving around for a long time? Madam?
Yes, I did.
Well, there are a couple things that happened between the time they left the restaurant and got to the prom, because a couple things that were happening throughout is that they were smoking, which they weren't supposed to, because they know that there were fines involved, but they continued to disobey
smoking in
our
the limo?
policy. Smoking in the limousine. Right after they got in the limousine, right after the restaurant, they even stopped about 15 minutes at around 10 o'clock to smoke outside of a gas station or a 7-Eleven. So I don't think they were in that much of a hurry to get to the prom. And also at the very end of the prom, we got there at 11:20. The prom ended at 12. And right after they got back into the car to go home, then they started smoking again. I mean, we could take them home, but then, it was their prom, so we wanted to try to be a little flexible. We were 45 minutes late, so we figured, okay, well, we'll go ahead and
Show me
give
a
them.
signed contract that says no smoking.
What we have is our run sheet.
Show me a signed contract that says no smoking.
The only thing we have is they refused to sign anything.
That's what I'm asking you, sir. You have no signed.
But it was verbally.
Show me the signed contract where it says
It
no
was
smoking.
verbally mentioned to them when Rudy took the reservation. No, especially on proms, we have to say this. By law, we have to say no smoking, no drugs, no alcohol, because we could get our license pulled. And so they were told verbally many times.
When we got the limo, when it came to pick us up, there were still drinks and dirty cups and things in the back of the limo from the previous run.
Really?
There was alcohol in the
We
limo.
never got a contract.
Just a
We got
second. What kind of alcohol was in the limo?
We're not quite sure.
Just
There was
bottles.
just the glass
I'm not
bottles
sure.
and cups and things that are usually in there. There were sodas and things in the limo with us.
You mean dirty soda cups?
Well,
some
like
of the
dirty
cups
glasses,
were
like
dirty.
napkins used and stuff.
Why didn't you clean the limo, madam?
That's not true.
I believe it.
The lemon was clean.
When did you stop to clean the limo?
At the restaurant.
Shh. When did you stop to clean the limo?
When I went to pick up them, before I clean up everything in the limo. We never pick up
Just a second. Before you went to pick them up. So you were 45 minutes late, and you're telling me you stopped to clean up the limo before you went to get them?
That's why she was 45 minutes late. She was cleaning the vehicle.
Rudy!
Well,
Rudy!
that's why she's late.
Rudy!
Yes.
Don't be foolish. Your limo, according to you, arrived 45 minutes late. Their prom lasted until midnight. They wanted to be there at 10:30. You didn't get them there until 11:20. You don't get paid. Period.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Period. And they were smoking. They stopped for 15 minutes. If you're telling me, you said in your answer, they stopped for 15 minutes to smoke outside. Well, if they were smoking outside and they were smoking inside the limousine, there was a lot of smoking. Why would they smoke outside the limousine if they were violating the rules of smoking inside?
Because they had to buy some more cigarettes because they ran out.
Guide.
What?
She was purchasing a Thomas guide from the 7-Eleven.
They ran out of cigarettes.
Just a second. Did you purchase a Thomas guide? Madam, do you understand what I'm saying? Did you purchase a map?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
You don't understand the word map? You see what your problem is? That's part of your problem. Your driver was unable to communicate with the passengers. Please, just pay attention. There are certain tools in the trade. If you are a driver, then you know the word map. I'm not asking her about a colonoscopy. I'm saying the word map. Do you understand? Put your hand down. Driver understands the word map. I said it very, very clearly. What did you do?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
In the beginning, when I pick them, when they get out from the restaurant, I asked them for the address, if they have a map. And they said, no, we don't have map. And then I asked them for the address, and they said...
They don't get to go to the prom with a map.
No, Your Honor. Your Honor.
You get out of a restaurant, you get into the car. The driver of the car says, I don't know where we're going from here. So the 10 people that are in the back of the car says, listen, does anybody have the address? No. Let's see if we can call Mom. Maybe Mom has the address.
They never...
Maybe...
Sorry.
But that's not what happened, because when they came out of the restaurant, Rudy had already given her the address.
The incorrect address.
It was the address you got.
From 411.
From 411.
So you mean they should be suing information?
No.
No.
Give me a break.
We're saying
Give me a break. The only issue that I have really in this case is you arrived late on a prom night. They missed half of their prom, and you have to suffer for that. And if you book them close, and once in a while you lose, like you did in this case, because your driver wasn't there on time, you have to be able to suck it up. That's all. And we shouldn't be in court because you have a business. And if you have a business, you shouldn't want to expose your business. To me, that is a very foolish thing. Because they only have one prom, you got a lot of limousine nights. Now, you're suing for...
Your Honor, could I say one more thing?
No. $469, those are your damages.
It's
for prom expenses.
$461, because I found out the boutonniere wasn't as much as I thought. We got the receipt.
And you want your tux rental, your corsage, and your prom ticket back. Is that right?
That's correct.
We actually got there at 11:45.
And the prom, we missed the entire prom because
We just got there just to see what we missed and
they
take
close
pictures.
the doors at 10:30 and don't let anybody else in. And we arrived at 11:45 with 15 minutes left in prom, and
They don't
hardly
stop you when
got
you
in.
come there at 11:45 because everyone's starting to go outside where you're not supposed to go during prom. We got there at 11:20. They wouldn't have let us in. Got there at 11:45 because who goes to prom?
Where did you go after the prom?
We went straight home.
Went straight home. We got lost on the way.
We went home.
to
They tried to give us the contract once we got back home that we were supposed to get at the very beginning of the night and have us sign that, and we all refused.
We're not going to sign when we're like
we
almost in
basically
tears.
wasted an entire night.
So
and
basically,
missed
they don't provide us
once
with
in
an
a
address,
lifetime.
which we don't know how to get to a location unless we have an address.
You're the professionals.
We asked them for an address. How do we know where they're going?
You are the professionals, sir. You don't, you keep wanting to get abused. You are the professionals. You're dealing with a bunch of high school kids who told you this is the address of the restaurant that we're going. Hey, this is the address of the restaurant that we're going to.
And we got there because they gave us an address.
An hour late.
But we got there.
An hour late.
Because we had someone who lived in Irvine.
An hour late. And then your driver, who should have said to you before the run, I don't have the second place where we're supposed to go. I have a feeling she doesn't know whether she's a foot or horseback. She starts going where Rudy told her to go. In any event, she gets there 15 minutes before the prom is over. You've, in effect, ruined their evening, and you're going to pay him $647. And as far as smoking in your limousine is concerned, suck it up.
Party's on excuse. You may step out.
They started the car, we started going somewhere, and we drove around for 2.5 hours.
It was all their fault for not giving us the correct address.
I mean, I'm not going to get to go back to a high school senior prom ever again.
Cigarette burns, probably about $900 worth of damage.
I was the one smoking in the limo, and I had one, and another girl had 1 cigarette. I don't know how we could do $900 worth of damage with 2 cigarettes.
You know, when we take, I guess, students out again in the future, we're going to be very careful to dot our I's and cross our T's.
We all went home basically in tears.
The crime.
He tried to injure me and burn my face, and he attempted to rape me.
The accused.
I didn't do anything physically.
Are you telling me, sir, that you didn't put your hands on her? That's baloney.
He said he wanted to die with me.
The solution.
See this, Judge?
The one Judge Judy you must see.
You can't put your hands on anybody.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinman. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy. 45-year-old outreach coordinator Monessa Fong is suing her ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old counselor Albert Chung, for injuries she received during a sexual assault.
Order. All rise. This is case number 112 on the calendar in the matter of Fong versus Chung. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Miss Fong, you tell a very, very aggressive story about actions taken by the defendant, who was then your boyfriend. For some reason, which I'm sure you will explain, you decided that you didn't want to prosecute this case criminally. Is that right?
Yes.
When did this incident take place?
January 27th.
Tell me what happened on January 27th.
Defendant Albert Chen, he discovered that I was going to display clothes at a ballroom dance school, and he became very jealous. And
he went with you?
He insisted he has to go. While we were there, he took me into a storage room. He started screaming at me, calling me names. He also attempted to burn my clothes and burn my face using a lighter.
In the storage room?
Yes, he tried to injure me and burn my face.
You managed to get free, according to your complaint, from the storage room. Is that right?
Yes, there are people there and people knocked on the door. He left, and when I tried to leave, he was there behind my car.
And he got into the car with you?
Yes, so I gave him a ride home. While I was driving, he blew anger at me. He punched in the windshield and tried to break the window. He also pulled the handbrake, tried to stop the car, and he yelled at me and tried to grab me out of the car. He said he wanted to die with me. And there are policemen behind us, and they took him out of the car.
You were actually taken into custody. Is that right, sir?
No, the police took me out because I have an open can of the beer, and then they thought I was drunk. But
Where did they put you, Mr. Chung?
On the street.
They left you just on the street?
On the street.
You left, is that right?
I told the policeman I was very scared. I do not want the defendant to be in my car again. The police officers told me I could file a police report. And
did you do that?
Yes, I went to a local station and filed a police report.
That night?
That night. And an emergency restraining order was granted to me that night.
And what happened when you got home?
When I stepped into my house, it was close to 2 o'clock in the morning. I heard defendant Albert Chen leave a message on my recording. He sounded angrily on the phone. He threatened me to pick up the phone. I did not pick up the phone. 15 minutes later, the doorbell rang. I knew it was him, so I did not answer. And I tried to call 911. And defendant called in my phone at the same time, so I could not dial out. He threatened me to give him $35 for the taxi fare.
For the cab fare?
Yes. I refused, but he threatened that he'll make a scene out of it and wake up my neighbors. So I brought the money out and gave it to him. He forced his way in. Once he's inside, he grabbed me and threw me on the ground. He got on top of me. He twisted my wrist. He injured my spine and my joint. And he attempted to rape me by pulling down and ripping my pants. And I brought my evidence of the ripped and torn pants.
I don't have to see them.
The elastic was broken.
Go ahead.
And I started screaming, and he stopped. For the rest of the night, he abused me by threatening me to drink the toilet cleaner. He forced me to smell lighter gas. He threatened me that if I reported to police, he would kill me.
How did it come about that he left your apartment?
My mother called about 9 o'clock in the morning. The first time he did not let me answer the phone. I said, if I don't answer, my mother will call the police. Then he let me answer the phone. My mother said she was coming over. So then the defendant left. And I called the police and made the second police report. But I told the police officers that I do not want him to be arrested because I was too scared that this guy will retaliate.
Let me see the police report.
This is the first police report. This is the second one. And the bottom is stated that I asked the officer to not arrest the defendant.
Why?
Because I was too terrified.
Then why do you come to court now, Ms. Fong?
Because it's 4 months after, and also putting him in jail is very intense, that he will become very angry and retaliate. I also have the photos of the policeman talk on me. It was kicking on my face that was injured. Also on the damaged carpet, on the damaged closet door, the damaged portable closet, and also the burned clothes. The policeman also took his lighter and burned clothes for evidence.
All right, Mr. Chung, I have a couple of questions for you, sir, because I've read your answer. Now, there is no question that you did, in fact, pull the emergency brake. Is that right?
Yeah, I did pull the emergency brake, the handbrake, yes. I want to mention why I need to pull the handbrake, because I told her to stop the car because I feel we were arguing in her car and she drives pretty dangerous. That's why
I read your story. That's not a reason to pull a handbrake.
Okay.
She hadn't been drinking that night you had. You had an open can of beer, is that right?
Right.
Okay. So the police took you out of the car. And how long did you stand out on the street waiting for a taxi cab?
Around like an hour and a half.
And you were very angry at that time.
Yes, I was angry.
Then why did you go to her house that night? Because there's no question that you went back to her house. Is that right?
Right.
Now, you didn't live with her.
I did not live with her.
Then why did you go back to her house after being very angry? Listen to me, Mr. Chung, because I'm very smart. You tried to get out of the car. She wouldn't let you out of the car, according to you. You were so frightened of the way she was driving erratically that you pulled the emergency brake on the car, according to you. Is that right?
Yes.
The police came and rescued you. Is that right?
No,
they rescued you by getting you out of the car. Is that right?
Right, that's getting me out.
That's according to you. They rescued you by getting you out of the car. Now you're rescued. She can't hurt you anymore with the car. So, quiet.
Excuse me.
I'm speaking.
Okay.
So you're standing outside it for an hour and a half, and it's very late at night. About midnight?
And midnight.
And very cold.
And really, really cold.
And you don't live with her.
No.
Then why don't you go home?
Because...
No, look at me. Why don't you go home?
Because I was angry, and I heard she told the police I'm making trouble on her, and I was angry. I just wanted to go to her home.
So you were angry.
Right.
So now you arrive at her house after having had a little to drink, being out in the cold for an hour and a half, and you're very angry. And what do you do when you get to the house, Mr. Chung?
I want to talk to her.
What do you do? Did you call her and tell her you wanted $35 for a cab?
Oh, I did.
She gave you the $35 for the cab. Is that right?
Right.
Was the cab waiting for you?
They kept waiting for me.
And then you went back upstairs.
Right.
Why did you go back to her apartment?
I was angry, and I know I was stupid. I go back to her house.
So what did you do to her when you got to the apartment?
I argued with her.
Tell me how you argued with her,
okay.
sir.
I told her, you know, how come she just ignoring me? And when the police come, she told the police just don't know me, something like that, just like her, just like friend.
Are you telling me, sir, that you didn't put your hands on her?
Oh, I never put my hand on her.
No, he's lying.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Manessa Fong says Ex-boyfriend Albert Chung injured her during a sexual assault. Manessa says Albert terrorized her over the course of 24 hours.
How long did you stay there that evening?
All night.
Did she ask you to leave?
She never asked me to leave.
That's a lot of baloney, sir. That's baloney. Because even if you were only arguing with her verbally, she would have asked you to leave.
She didn't ask me to leave. She let me sleep in her living room at the floor. She told me, because I'm legally blind, I'm visually impaired, I cannot drive, and it was late, around like 2 o'clock, and she let me sleep in her living room, and next morning she woke me up, and then and I left. But we were arguing for a long time.
Right.
Right.
Why do you believe that Miss Fong would have made 2 police reports if you had not threatened her?
Because when the argument, by the time, my language was very strong and insulting her, and she was angry. And I just want to make sure you understand, I didn't do anything physically.
I don't believe that, sir.
her.
I believe that you did something physically to her. I believe that you did. I believe that you went there that night and you were very, very angry.
Right.
And when you are very, very angry, based upon something that you did earlier that evening, you, for whatever reason, wanted her to stop the car, and you pulled the emergency brake up. You could see good enough to pull up the emergency brake.
I don't need to see, I can feel it.
Just like you can feel her face. You pulled up the emergency brake, which means, Mr. Chung, that you have a temper. And what she did later on that evening, which was, according to you, felt sorry for you and let you sleep on the floor of her apartment, that doesn't sound like the kind of woman who would not let you out of a car if you wanted to get out of the car. So you got a temper. You've got a temper.
What's
and I
temper
believe
mean?
that you punched the windshield on the car. Didn't break it, but I believe that you punched it.
I did.
Sure, because you have a temper. And that was before you were standing outside for an hour and a half in the cold at 1 o'clock in the morning. That was before. After you were really mad because she was ignoring you in the ballroom. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. You better stay away from her because, you see this judge? You may get some very nice judge if you go near her again. You may get somebody who will be very sympathetic with the fact that you tell them that you can't see, you're legally blind, you're a poor soul, all right? You can't put your hands on anybody. Never. In anger. And get away with it. And I'm just very sorry that she didn't follow through. But I tell you something else. If you ever go near her again, ever, it is very possible that you're going to get unlucky and get somebody just like me. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And if you get somebody just like me, you're going to go to jail. And they don't care what your handicaps are. Do you understand?
Yes.
Keep your hands to yourself and stay far away from her. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000 as requested. Stay away from her.
Thank you, Your
You
Honor.
are excused. You may step out.
I was terrified. The defendant was threatening me if I arrest him and put him in jail, he will kill me and my family.
I didn't do it, and if I did it, after the police did the full investigation, I already been in the jail.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McCall versus Wilhelm, step forward, please.
71-year-old Bourbon McCall is suing his former friend, 32-year-old student Sandra Wilhelm, for unpaid loans and the cost of a car. Sandra says Bourbon's lawsuit is an attempt to keep her in his life.
Mr. McCall, it is your claim in this complaint that you were romantically involved with the defendant and made a series of loans to her, including a car.
Yes, ma'am.
Then she broke it off, and you want your money back.
Yes, Your Honor.
When and where did you meet Mr. McCall?
I met Sandra at a local pub that we both frequented.
Okay. When?
Sometime in March, Your Honor.
And when did you make this first loan?
Well, the first thing that happened, I had bought a computer, and Sandra agreed to come over and download it for me. Then she'd had an accident, and she had picked up a DUI, and her car was wrecked. So I then called her and asked her if I could be of any help to her. She said, well, my mother's got a car, that 88 Crown Victoria. Her mother was asking $2,300 for the car. I gave Sandra $2,300. We went in. She gave us the title. We then proceeded to go down and get it plated and titled.
Did you expect Miss Wilhelm to pay you back the money?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Did you ever tell her that?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Shh, quiet. When did you tell her that?
I told her that before we bought the car. I said,
What did you say?
I said, if we buy a car, I'll help you get a car. But I said, I want title to that car. She said, well, how am I going to get plates and insurance and the rest of it? Why don't we just purchase a vehicle? You'll have the first lien on the vehicle so that I'm protected.
Well, the truth of the matter is, you really are not terribly protected. All you are, if you have title to the car, is you're exposed in case she has an accident, in case she doesn't get insurance.
Well, she did that.
I know, but that's a problem. Miss Wilhelm, first of all, how old are you?
32.
How old are you, sir?
71.
Okay. Miss Wilhelm, this, whatever kind of relationship you had with the plaintiff was of relatively short duration. I read your answer very clearly, and your answer says that he clearly wanted more from the relationship than you were prepared to give him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Can I see the title to the car, please?
Yes.
Who
I
has
just
the
have a
title?
certificate of title.
I'd like to see it, please.
Here's a copy of the title.
And I'd like to see the certificate of
This
title.
is Exhibit B and C showing the registration and the application.
I just want the title to the car.
He has the title.
This is a copy. Who has
Yeah.
the original?
I have the original at home. I just made a copy of it, Your Honor.
Well, that wasn't very smart, sir.
Well, I'm not.
That wasn't very smart because I read the defendant's answer very clearly. She says, Bervin's goal was to control me. When I didn't respond to his advances, he became increasingly hostile. Is that true?
That is correct.
It's not true.
Eventually, I told him that he could have the car back because it's not worth the harassment. That's what you wrote. Is that what you wrote?
Yes.
Good. Sign the title over to him. Sign it over. Now.
He has the title.
You're going to sign the copy. We'll conform it. Show where to sign, Bird, would you please? You're getting good at that.
Where? He told me he didn't want the car, Your Honor.
Sign the title over to him.
Signature of seller. And print your name.
Now, give it to him, please. Thank you, Bird. Perfect. Now, let's get to the second part of your lawsuit is you made a series of loans to the defendant. When did they start?
Started after we had purchased the automobile. She just needed money time after time, and I felt like we were committed enough. We'd already committed that we would go to Texas once she got through her ordeal, and that she would move with me, take the kids. She wanted out of Indiana, so did I.
She's 40 years your junior.
Yes, I know, Your Honor.
Very foolish.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very foolish. Do you have a promissory note, sir?
No, Your Honor.
You gave her money for a lawyer.
Yes,
How much money did you give her for a lawyer?
$500.
That's not true.
You gave her money to pay her mortgage.
$500.
Did you ever get a note from her for any of those things?
No, Your Honor, I was too involved.
Well, you were too involved, and that's what you get when you're too involved,
That's
sir.
right.
You don't get paid for that.
That's right.
That's stupidity.
Well, I said that myself, to myself.
Well, if you said it to yourself, unfortunately, you got to listen to me say it to you again.
That's okay.
So this was a lesson that cost you perhaps a couple of $1,000s. Miss Wilhelm says that you never gave her any money, I assume. Is that right?
That's correct.
Never gave you any money?
No.
I don't know whether I believe you that he never gave you any money. I sort of think he probably did. In any event, you knew each other for a total of maybe 8 weeks. In the 8 weeks, the plaintiff is out a substantial amount of money. I can't get you back all the money that you were out, sir, because I really feel as if you didn't have a contract with her with regard to these cash loans that you made to her, cash gifts that you made to her. But clearly, it was your intention to have a hold on the car, which was the largest amount of money that you turned over to the plaintiff, by having your name placed as a lien holder on the car. That is some evidence of a debt. That is why you got your car back. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Rest of your claim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Basically, is trying to make a relationship.
She was claiming what was not true.
I thought him being 40 years my senior that it would be totally harmless.
She was unwilling to settle it outside the door.
He told me he was not interested in the car.
I did have proof that I had interest in the car.
We basically wanted to go ahead and keep that as leverage to keep things ongoing in a manner which I couldn't accept.